Happy Friday. So we're going to start off today with a quick little video. It's only like a minute long. If we can get the technical stuff worked out here. Let's cross our fingers and pray.
Fuck you, Baltimore! If you're dumb enough to buy a new car this weekend, you're a
Cars, bad deals, cars that break down. Thieves. If you think you're gonna find a bargain at Big Bill, you can kiss my ass. It's our belief that you're such a stupid motherfucker. You'll fall for this bullshit. Guaranteed. If you find a better deal, shove it up your ugly ass. You heard us right. Shove it up your ugly ass. Bring your tray. Bring your title. Bring your wife. We'll fuck her. That's right, we'll fuck your wife. Because at Big Bill Hell, you're fucked 6 ways from Sunday. Take a hike to Big Bill Hell, home of challenge pissing. That's right, challenge pissing. How does it work? If you can piss 6 feet in the air straight up and not get wet, you get no down payment. Don't wait. Don't delay. Don't fuck with us or we'll rip your nuts off. Only at Big Bill Hell. The only dealer that tells you to fuck off. Hurry up, asshole. This event ends the minute after you write us a check. And it better not bounce or you're a dead motherfucker. Go to hell. Big Bill Hell's cars. Baltimore's filthiest and exclusive home of the meanest sons of bitches in the state of Maryland. Guaranteed.
All right, so wouldn't it be nice if advertisers were this honest, right? So if they were this honest, then we would know we should not go to that person. It would be very easy. Unfortunately, that's not the case with most advertisers. Well, that would be fortunate, both fortunate and unfortunate, right? So if you guys got your handout here, you can see a list of recent, these are recent, like within the last 5-10 years, there's been lots and lots more from Coca-Cola, like back in the 50s, being sued for, saying that it improves, your whatever, it improved, that it didn't end up improving. It's been going on for a long, long time. And so these are the recent advertisers. You had Red Bull claiming they improved concentration, Skechers saying that if you wore remember those little round shoe things, that they would work your calves out and help you lose weight. You had Hyundai and Kia, too much horsepower, Kellogg's saying that they improve kids' brain function, Taco Bell seasoning was there was a bad definition or something. Airborne said it prevents cold and flu. Activia said it was scientifically proven. And Pennzoil said it outperforms its competitors. All lies. They were all sued for that or made to change their claims because those claims were unsubstantiated. So this is what your kids are growing up in. And the funny thing is that with regards to money, people are more likely, they've conducted studies on this, they're more likely to talk about things like, it was Wells Fargo, death and religion and politics than they are to talk about personal finance, right? Kids don't learn these skills at home. They don't learn these skills in school. So guess who's going to teach your kids, guys? The advertisers are. That's who's going to teach your kids. The banks are going to teach your kids. Somebody's going to teach your kids, right? And if it's not you, ultimately it's going to be somebody else because they're going to learn from somebody, right? So now, I outside of maybe some young girlfriends and a cat at home, I don't have any kids. But if I do, I hope that I've got enough conscious of mind to have my kids go out into this world knowing what to expect from these folks that are trying to take their future from them. All right, so there was a study conducted by North Carolina University on family and personal finance. The researchers conducted interviews with 136 children between the ages of 8 and 17 with an average age of 10 and a half. 57% of the kids were boys, 43% were girls. There's the link to that study if you want to check it out. They found that kids weren't allowed to talk about the family's money. While spending and saving were usually discussed at some stage, topics like debt and investments were rarely discussed and usually only with boys, if discussed at all. Again, I don't have any kids that I'm aware of, but if I have a daughter, I hope that she goes out into this world as a badass. I don't want her to have to deal with these manufacturers and car companies and banks ripping her off and making false promises to her at every turn to steal her future from her, right? So they found that we're much more likely, if at all, to talk to kids. We'll talk to the boys about it, but not the girls, and explain to them. Maybe there's the idea that girls aren't sharp enough to handle their finances, but it's an idea that probably should change if you don't want your daughter, to end up as someone's debt trap, right? Guys, there's a lot of questions about, and there's a lot of stuff online about how to address. You guys know that one of my favorite financial planners is Dave Ramsey. How do you address the issue of money with your kids? Well, here's the easy part. All your kids want money. You ever take any kids into the store, and if they don't want money, they want the stuff that it buys, right? Gimme, 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 right? So here's the beautiful part. They already have a desire to learn from you about money. And so it's really just a matter of you setting it up. And if you've got like a little kid that you're dealing with, then why not set them up on a commission and have them start working for their money? You know, even if it's something that has no value, right? No real value. I mean, you wouldn't pay someone to come over and pick up 3 toys in your kid's room, right? So in reality, it has no real world value, but to them, it has a value if they pick up the 3 toys, and that earns them $1, right? And so what Dave Ramsey advocates doing is in giving, spending, saving, and giving. And so with spending, saving, he uses an envelope system, and with giving, he will typically take his kids to the charity that they're giving to, so that they make some sort of a spiritual connection with their money, so that they can see who is my money actually helping out? What's my money actually doing? And you know, it doesn't really matter the amounts, except for you've got to teach your kids to work for money. If you start giving your kids an allowance, I mean, that to me, that's like setting them up for welfare. You know, because that's what welfare does. Welfare just gives you money. You don't have to do anything for it. But if you get your kids on a commission to where they're working for a commission, then they're going to start to make an association with work equals money very early on. And guess what? In life, work equals money. People don't just give money to you. I mean, you can go out and beg, and maybe they will do that if that's what you want your kid to be, as a beggar. But if you want your kid to be a hard worker with some good work ethic, and to understand that effort is going to move towards earnings, then you can start associating those things with them very early in life. Something else that was found is that parents don't talk about their own personal finances with their kids. When your kids start to hit 15, 16, 17 years old, why not share your personal finances with them? Why not explain to them even the mistakes that you've made? I can tell you know, the deal with mistakes is that if your kid makes a mistake when they're 6 years old and they have a lemonade stand and they get ripped off or something like that, or they do some bad math and they end up owing money or something like that, it hurts a whole lot less than when they're 30 years old or 40 years old or 50 years old. Wouldn't you agree? And it's a much bigger mistake that now may have legal consequences associated with it, etc. Does it make sense? Right? So why not let them make some mistakes, encourage them to go into school, business programs, neighborhood business programs. I had my first business job when I was 11 years old as a paper boy. I started being a paper boy when I was 11 years old. And some of those skills, balancing what I owed the paper company, the Columbus Dispatch that I had the route for, and some of those skills have carried over until today. If I didn't have money management skills today, and every time they sent me your payroll, the shit just disappeared, you think we'd have a business here, guys? Right? So money management skills are absolutely essential on all levels, whether it's your own personal finance or not. So encourage your kids to start businesses, you know. So I made $1 million mistake between at least $1 million. It could have been more than that. I made $1 million mistake between 1998 and 2003. And what I mean by that is that I realized that at a future date, I went back and I ran some numbers on the income that I had made in that period, and how much it would have cost me to live comfortably, very comfortably, where I was living at, the cost of my expenses at that time, and which gave me the amount of money that I blew, that I just set on fire and I burned. And it ended up being $1 million+ mistake. And what's the result of that today? The result of that today is that I'm stuck in Tijuana running a call center as a manager, instead of being an owner again, a business owner again, right? And so if I had a kid, this is a mistake that I would share with them. Because at one point, Aaron actually used to be a business owner. And today, now he's just a business manager again. And I can directly correlate that $1 million mistake that I made between those years to being here. Because if I had come in as an investor on this project rather than a guy that's just going to put in sweat equity, it would have been a different arrangement. You guys with me? Yeah. All right. But today I'm a yes man. All right. So those are the kinds of things that when your kid hits 15, 16, 17 years old, those are really important lessons that kids should probably learn about. Otherwise, you're not going to get this. As nice as this would be, the commercial that's up here, you're never going to get this. You're never going to get this from people trying to get your money from you, right? No matter where it's at. Your kids. So that's all I got for you today, guys. It's Friday, post-8 day. A double or triple today will change your whole week. Don't get Friday fever. Have a great day.